on board this British Airways flight, shortly departing to Dublin.
Hey guys, this is Corey B. Welcome to Ireland. Thursday morning, and we flew in yesterday, and we were just exhausted from a really long day of travel. We hit 4 airports and covered probably 3,500 miles, but we got from MSP to Chicago to Heathrow, and we flew into Dublin, and here we are. And it's about 8:30 in the morning, so that's really good for us getting up this early, although Sam's still in bed. Hey guys, this is just a little bit quieter. It's really loud out there on the street. I'm in the courtyard of our hotel right now. It's the Castle Hotel, and we're gonna stay here 2 nights, and so far it's really nice. We really like it. The rooms are small, and there's just stairs going up and down everywhere, and it just feels really, really old, and it's called the Castle Hotel because I think it feels kind of like a castle. Our room is very quaint. It slopes about 6 to 8 inches from one side to the other, and when we're sleeping it feels like our feet are up in the air, but whatever. I wanted to talk a little bit on each video during our trip this time. We're doing 9 days in Ireland. We rented a car and we're going to drive around the entire island. We're going to go counterclockwise. So we're going to do a day and a half here in Dublin and then up to Belfast and then driving around. And we have some of it laid out, but some of it's kind of up in the air too. When Samantha checked us into our flight yesterday, she kind of splurged and bought us a present. From the main leg of our flight from Chicago to Heathrow, she upgraded us to what's called Main Cabin Max. And I got a little blurb about Main Cabin Max here. Main Cabin Max, it says, starts at $20 an extra a ticket. Now ours was a 7.5-hour flight, so ours was actually $100 extra per ticket. Seats are located in the main cabin and offered on most flights. I've never noticed them before, but they kind of look like regular seats, just with a little more legroom. They promised at least 5 extra inches of legroom, but the seats aren't spaced out any wider, so you still have to sit as close to the other passengers as you would in economy. So that 5 extra inches of legroom that was in front of me was very important. I stretched my legs out during that trip, and I was getting kind of stir crazy, but Main Cabin Max, it did help for that. And then it says a free carry-on and a free personal bag. Well, those I think are always free for American and British Airlines. But the big perk, the perk we were really excited about, was free snacks and drinks. It says beer, wine, spirits are on us, plus 1 cookie or mini pretzel and soft drink. Additional food and drink may be available for free or to buy depending on your route. And we actually got very catered to on this flight, and actually everyone on the whole flight got a dinner meal, and the choices were noodles or chicken. We got one of each. The chicken was fantastic, better than a lot of the meals we've had at actual restaurants. We were really, really impressed with the chicken. But the free drinks, and especially alcoholic drinks you get, they came through one time before the meal and offered drinks. And if you're sitting in main cabin extra, they don't charge you, they don't look to make sure you have the right ticket or if you bought the service, they just give you the free drinks. So we each had an alcoholic drink with a pop on the side, and then after they served the meal, they went through again. Sam wasn't ready for her second drink, but I was afraid they wouldn't come through again to offer the second drink, so we just got a amaretto with a can of Dr. Pepper on the side, and I said, please don't open them, and she didn't. She was very nice about that. I put them right in the bag, and we enjoyed them later. So also it says it includes free entertainment, and I don't know if it was free for the rest of the plane, but I watched a couple different movies, so that was very nice, and they had 110 power plugs right there in the front of the seat that I plugged in my laptop, and I actually edited a video that I uploaded yesterday, so that was nice too. So all in all, Main Cabin Extra is a pretty good perk. Well, whether it's worth $100 per ticket, I don't know, but we really enjoyed it, and it gave us space to stretch out our legs on the long flight. So that's that about Main Cabin Extra. The next thing I wanted to tell you guys about was when we flew into Dublin, we had a car rental booked through Orbitz. We actually did a package deal where we bought our tickets and our car rental full coverage through Orbitz. So I don't know about the price breakdown because it's all kind of included in one. But when we got to the car rental agency, was Europcar. I said, here's our car rental, it's through Orbitz, here's the number, and I don't need insurance, I have full insurance through Orbitz. And right away the guy goes, that doesn't work here. And I said, what do you mean? And he goes, we don't accept any third-party coverage in Ireland. All of your car insurance has to be bought through the car rental agency in Ireland. He walked away for a second to get something, to get the keys or something, and so I looked it up on my phone, and sure enough, if I would have done my research before I had bought that package deal, I would have noticed that all the car insurance through Orbitz, through your credit card, through your own home car insurance isn't valid in Ireland, and it might be valid, but they're not going to accept it at the car rental agency. So that Europe car rental that was very, very cheap ended up being very, very expensive. And I'm guessing they do that because if they can price point the basic entry fee cheap, they'll get more people to come to their agency. And then when they get them in the door and they're stuck there and they don't really have a choice, because who wants to waste time during your vacation to try to get a different car rental and get in the shuttle and go back? Headache. So I just said, fine, what is it? And he gave me like 4 different price points. The first price point started at about 58 euros a day, and this is a 9-day trip, so that's a huge expense. The cheapest one was about 38 euros a day, and that included a $1,600 hold on your credit card. I thought that was outrageous. I didn't want him to do that, and it also came with some out-of-pocket fees if you had an accident. So I went with the one step up, which was 42 euros a day. Still, just the car insurance on this car rental around Ireland for 9 days is going to cost us over $400. That's close to the price that we spent on our plane tickets. I think that's insane. That's not for the whole car rental, that's just the insurance. So definitely, if you guys are going to rent a car in Ireland, do your research, find out which car rental agencies include that insurance on the price of their rentals, and make sure you don't get at the cheapest car rental like we did, because they're going to screw you over when you get there and charge you full price for the insurance. The third thing I wanted to talk about was the security at Heathrow Airport. It was probably the most secure airport I've ever been through. I did the standard when we go through TSA screenings in the US. I put my bag, I separated my iPad, I separated my laptop, I separated all my drone batteries, which I actually bought a LiPo-safe bag, and it's protection against fire for any lithium-ion batteries. And I put all the drone batteries in that, and it said LiPo-safe across it, so I thought, you know, this will be totally compliant with the airlines. I set that in the bin, I took my shoes off, my sweatshirt off, your little bag of liquids, everything was all lined up, and I sent it through. And 2 out of the 3 of my bins got flagged. The only one that made it through was my carry-on, and I got that. I didn't even have my shoes. I had to go stand in line to get my bins with my shoes and my batteries. So the first thing they looked at was my shoes and my liquids. They swabbed that, and they said, okay, you can have that. The next thing they got to was the bin with my laptop, iPad, and my drone batteries. They picked up the drone batteries and they go, what is this? And I said, those are batteries for my drone. And they said, where's your drone? I said, well, that's separate. That's in my overhead bag. I said I did that specifically in case this bag ever got checked and put in the belly of the airplane. You can't have any batteries in there. Oh, they said, oh, that's smart. Then they wanted to see the drone. They wanted to see exactly how the batteries fit into the drone to make sure I wasn't bringing any batteries in for equipment that I didn't have. I had to open up the drone and show them how they fit in there. They said okay. They swabbed all the batteries for explosive residue, and they were happy with that. But then when the guy was going to give them back, right at the end, he goes, are these batteries even legal to bring in here? And I go, what do you mean? I've flown with them many, many times. This is my Mavic Air battery. I think they're like 11.7 volts. And he goes, it has to be under 15 volts to bring it in. This is totally new. I've never heard this before, and I even tried to look it up, and I couldn't find any information about it, so I think he was just making it up. When I look up battery restriction sizes on airplanes, I always get 100 watts per hour or anything lower you can bring in, and these are far, far lower than that. The only battery that I have that breaks this rule is my battery bank charger. It's like a portable charger. You can lock 3 batteries in and charge them up all at once. That one is 153 watts per hour. So that one I wouldn't be able to travel with, but everything else should be totally fair game. So he almost didn't give me my batteries back, and he looked over the batteries and said, oh, these are below the voltage, which I don't think voltage has anything to do with it. But then again, if you guys know anything different, please comment below. And I guess I should just be very happy that they're very secure at Heathrow Airport and very attention to detail about what's being let through. So that I am very thankful for. But I wish there was more solid information about there between watts and voltage and what you're allowed. I thought I knew what I was allowed to take on there, and then they threw the volts in there, so maybe he was making it up. I don't know. Anyway, no drone shots yesterday during the trip, during the travel day, obviously, and there won't be any drone shots today. It's going to be all just handheld walking footage. But tomorrow, when we leave Dublin, hopefully we'll have drone shots every single day of the trip after that. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.